Today, I'm going to talk about frameworks and systems. Systems is the base of your framework. You want to have tools in place, CRMs like HubSpot, Keep, GoHighLevel, project management tools, especially if you have a team. You can use Trello or Asana, ClickUp. There's so many of them out there. And scheduling apps like Calendly, Acuity. Again, a lot of them out there. You need to have these tools in place. And this is just kind of a short list, more like a bare minimum list, honestly, that you need to have in place so that you can effectively manage your business. And again, I'm very much old school. I write down a lot, but I find that these tools still keep me very well organized and keep me on track and don't allow me to go down as many rabbit holes. The quick tip here is about Trello. Trello has AI engaged, so does GoHighLevel, so does a lot of them, but you can prioritize your tasks and send reminders. Send reminders to your team or send reminders to your client. Like say if you say the client is supposed to give me X on this date, send a reminder. You're supposed to give me X on this date, and then you can send follow-ups. You should not be the one chasing that. It's not a good use of your time. Processes. When we think about processes, think about things like SOPs, standard operating procedures. How are things done? How do you want them done? What are the steps that people should take? This is critical because a lot of times as small business owners, we say, well, I can't onboard someone or I can't hire someone because it's going to slow me down because now I have to explain to them how to do things. That is the point of a SOP. Yes, you still have to spend some time with them. Yes, you're going to have to explain things to them. But the more you have documented, the better off you will be. A key one is what's your client onboarding process? What should be happening? When should it be happening? What button starts it or triggers that process? How does someone follow up on that or make sure it's happening? You need to have those things documented. When I talk to business owners, oftentimes I ask them, how do you think X is happening? It's never what's happening. Never what's happening. We have to write it down and we have to share that with our teams, even with small teams. Then again, here we are with automations. Zapier, again, you could tell I kind of like that tool. Connect apps together. Stop, all the manual tasks. I literally have someone who is high six figures who is copying and pasting data from one tool to another tool. How is that a good use of your time? So we use that to get that data sent over to from one system to another until she's at the point where she wants to combine tools. So you have to think, how can I, again, stay in my zone of genius the longest? Some mistakes to avoid: overcomplicating the process, choosing the wrong tools. So keep that in mind. If you have a team, get buy-in. Talk to your team. Include them in free tools that you're looking at. Make sure you get buy-in from the team. Oftentimes, business owners are so removed from the day-to-day process with their teams that they get a system that will not solve the overall problem. So ensure that you have buy-in, ensure that you're working collaboratively with your team to ensure that they adopt the tool. Not measuring results. So make sure you track some type of metric: time saved, task completed, follow-up sent, testimonies received. There's a number of things. Whatever is important to you in your business, track those metrics. Make sure it's worth it for you to spend the money to use that particular tool. And last but not least, waiting too long to start. Do not wait too long to start the process, because that is just money that you are leaving on the table. Actionable steps: audit your operations. How much time do I think that I spent doing that? And what tools do I have in place that might have saved myself some time? What do I need? Nextly, choose the right tools. Sometimes you have to really sit down and look at what tools make sense for me. Think about what's important to you. Are you a visual person? Do you need to see things in a calendar view, a Gantt chart? Think about those types of things and then find the tools that offer those things. Just whittle your pond down to one or two that maybe you do a free trial on and you see what you really like. Think about building AI into your solution. AI tools are meant to be an assistant to you. I hear a lot of resistance about using AI, but they're here to help. It's here to help. Use AI, embrace AI, think about those types of things that you as a business owner don't necessarily need to be hitting the keys for. Whether it's using conversational AI, whether it's using it to automate some things for you, think about how AI can be of assistance when you're thinking about your tools. So we've already talked about documenting your processes. What do you want to happen? How do you want it to happen? How do you want your clients to feel? Think about that. Another homework assignment. So think about these 4 things as homework assignments. Think about how you want them to feel. What do you want your client to feel like when they get email from you? Is it that you want them to feel so excited that you show up in inbox? Or do you want them to have a disgusted pit in their stomach because here you are in their inbox? Document the process clearly so not only you can follow the process, but your team. And I keep going back to teams. A lot of us don't have big teams, but team doesn't mean a W-2 employee. Team could be your VA. It could be someone you hire for certain help. It could be a copywriter. It could be a website designer. It could be someone who does your landing pages. It could be someone who does your funnels. This is type of information you want to give to someone so that when they're in their creative process of doing something for you, they know your sentiment. They know how you want people to feel. And as a result, they can do that work for you correctly. Finally, test and refine. I can't say start small enough. Start small. Test it out. Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe pick a different tool. Tweak it. Do all of those things. And if you're outsourcing a lot of this work to someone, tell them what's important to you. And I would recommend that when you're in relation with someone doing this, make sure that they're around to support you through the test process. That's what's really important. You need someone to help you tweak things if you did not implement it yourself. Have an operational process or backbone that is step by step. You want to document all of these things so that as you scale, you are in a good position. And I'm just going to take a little sidestep for a minute. I often get asked, what's the difference between scaling and growing? And I think that's a really important thing that we talk about because I say scale, I think 20,000 times during this presentation. Growth is horizontal, if you can think about it like that. You can add people, and it will grow horizontally. Scaling is going to the next level. So whether or not you're talking about, I want to scale, and my value of scale is I want to go from 50 to 100 clients. I want to go from 50 to 200 clients. Or it could be, I want to go from low 6 figures to mid 6 figures to 7 figures. That is scale, meaning that in order for you to scale, you have to do something you didn't do to stay horizontal. This is you staying and doing the same thing you did when you started. Scaling is, what do I need to do to get to the next level? Do I need to implement a new tool? Do I need to implement a new process? Do I need to implement? Each scale step is an implementation or a change to something. So if you are looking to get to your next level, whatever that next level is, your foundation needs to be solid. And this is your foundation. Having your tools, having your systems, having your processes in place takes you to the next level. Let's do a framework together. And I'm offering anyone who gets this recording a 30-minute quick win strategy session. So just get in touch with me. I will help you get started. Thank you so much for having me. I do appreciate it.